Hey guys, Joel here, and we are back with our reactions to Fringe. We're fast approaching the end of season 3. This is episode 20. The previous episode, Lysergic Acid Diethylamide, was one of the weirdest TV episode experiences I've ever had, but it was expertly written and interweaved into the storyline as to how they portrayed it on screen. So William Bell is no more. He is out of Olivia's consciousness, and I guess we now get to move on. I'm expecting we're going to come back towards this device fairly soon as we are approaching the season finale. No idea if this is going to be an episode over here or over there. Let's go find out. This is episode 20.
Based on Olivia Dunham's DNA profile, we were able to identify 23 chromosomes your grandson inherited from his mother and strip them out. Of course, that leaves us with only half of Peter's full genetic profile, but hopefully that's enough to activate the machine.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah.
Only in our case that really is true.
You're walking. Everybody listen up! It's Joe. I need all hands.
What is that?
Oh my.
A ranch foreman and a farmhand are confirmed missing, along with an entire herd of sheep.
Do we have a time on the incident?
6:05 a.m., give or take a few minutes, depending on the individual report.
Highly charged, of course.
I suppose you have a theory?
I believe that a vortex appeared above this field, consuming everything in its path.
That is true, Walter. Why now? What would trigger a vortex?
It's a good question.
Philip, the machine came on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you go.
Oh,
The
Christ.
machine came on by itself, without Peter.
What do you mean the machine is activated?
Apparently powered up by itself. It appears our assumptions were wrong.
Clearly.
What time did this happen?
Just after 6 this morning.
And if it's the end of the world, this is just the beginning.
And yet it turned itself on while I was 200 miles away. So how do we explain that?
I think I understand. The machine's magnetic field is warped in a pattern I've only seen one other time. The typewriter that the other Olivia used to communicate with the other side.
Quantum entanglement.
I'm afraid so.
You think the Walternate
They're
turned the machine on
linked.
over there?
Which triggered a sympathetic response from the one over here. Yes, it makes sense.
And in Newton, 30 acres of woodland completely decimated. All organic life just dead and desiccated in a matter of hours.
The blight.
And there's no way to stop it. He's won. Walternate's won.
Power density spikes reaching over 3,000 milliwatts per square meter, and that's 200 meters away from the focal point.
This is a Class 9 event?
No, it's a 10. Power spikes are coming from Liberty Island. In order to stand down,
But what about the energy surges?
they're still happening.
Did they give you any reasons as to why?
Explanations are above my pay grade.
A Fringe division identified a Class 10 energy surge emanating from this complex, which would normally justify evacuating a 10-mile radius around the epicenter.
There's no danger to the general public.
When I was returning from over there, you had me steal a piece of tech. Tech that you said was part of a weapon that could destroy the other side.
I chose to give up my son so that you could keep yours.
And what if we just broke it back down into its component parts?
The amount of energy this machine is generating, I don't know what would happen. The machine is quantum entangled. It could tear us apart with the energy from the other side alone.
I was right. They picked up an electromagnetic spike at 5:47 this morning in upstate New York.
15 minutes before the vortex opened.
Is that how they predict anomalies on the other side?
They also look
Yeah.
for odd thermal patterns and radiation spikes.
We all thought that I could turn the machine on. Maybe
Yes.
I can turn it off.
Yes.
Maybe that's what the drawing means.
We don't know what the drawing means.
Every piece of data we have about the machine points to one conclusion. Somehow, that machine was made for me.
Give him the keys and save the girl.
Yes, that episode.
What?
This is what he was doing. He was preparing me.
Yeah.
Who?
The
Said
observer.
it straight after.
He was preparing me because he knew I would have to let you go.
Police and fire departments have been responding to unexplained weather phenomena up and down the eastern seaboard with last 24 hours.
It ain't
The National
weather.
Weather Service has released a storm advisory for the entire East Coast.
Well, I've tasked all of our satellites to focus on the Northeast states.
So this is where the thermal detection is up and running?
Yes, but it's far from complete. It does give us lead time, however, if a vortex starts forming in a densely populated area.
And Amber?
All right, there we've hit a wall. We have enough amber to contain 8, maybe 10 events. But beyond that, our chemists are having a great deal of difficulty finding some of the more rare elements.
Without the amber, early detection is irrelevant.
There's a man that William knew. I'm not sure where they met, but he had great confidence in him. He trusted him implicitly. He advised me to do the same. This man knows a great deal about the machine.
And you didn't think it was worth mentioning until now?
No, he said if I divulged what he had told me, that I would never see or hear from him again.
Nina, our universe is breaking down. If this man has any information about the machine, then I need to know who he is and what he told you.
Sam Weiss.
Remember?
William told me he possessed knowledge beyond anything I could fathom, but even I never suspected anything of this magnitude. We don't have an address for him. He's disconnected his phone, shut down the bowling alley. Nobody has seen him since.
He's breaking down our atmosphere. What the hell? Oh, he's here. I don't understand how this man knows all of this. Jesus.
You can't do this alone, Liv. Let me come with you.
As much as I would love to have you watching my butt, I need you here.
You really think Peter Bishop can stop this? That he can heal both worlds?
I don't know. But if anyone can change the Secretary's mind and get him to turn that machine off, then that's his son, right? 10 months ago, the Secretary brought Peter Bishop back from the other side. I know that the Secretary developed technology to cross between universes and bring back Peter Bishop. Show me where it is.
One will get you there and back. If you make it to the other side, just stay there, because when the Secretary finds out you're a traitor...
I'll take my chances.
Almost like an electric current. Peter thinks, because of his relationship with the machine, that if he goes into the current, it will run through him, creating a kind of a closed circuit. It's because of my selfishness, my inability to let my son go 26 years ago, that this is happening. My opinion as a father doesn't matter.
If it doesn't work, she's gonna find out soon enough.
Get you anything, son? Sedative? Something to calm you?
I'm calm.
Are you sure now?
I'm okay, Walt.
I was never good at letting you go.
This time you have to.
What the fuck? Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Head trauma, possible concussion, non-responsive.
He's having a massive surge of electricity. Vital. This is my son.
I understand, sir. We'll take good care of him.
She's with us.
How's Peter?
He's still unconscious, but his vitals are stable. They can't wake him up. He's with the doctors now. Peter tried to go into the machine. It wouldn't let him. It's like it's, protecting itself or something.
I was willing to let Peter die. I've changed. That should matter. God, I know my crimes are unforgivable. Punish me. Do what you want to me. But I beg you, spare our world.
Hello, Olivia.
Sam, I've been looking for you everywhere. The machine is on.
I know, and I need you to take me to it.
Sam, what is going on?
Olivia, you have to trust me now, please.
This morning in my office, you asked how I could be willing to let my son die to heal our world. But you understand sacrifice better than anyone, Olivia. You were willing to leave your son behind, to risk your life for what you perceived to be the greater good.
I don't understand how killing billions of people can possibly be in the interest of the greater good.
It's because you still have the luxury of your ideals. You'll stay here for your own good until this is over.
Brilliant. Right, well, I was questioning before we watched this episode whether we're going to be coming back to the machine, the device, whatever, and it went straight to it. I am still somewhat perplexed as to exactly what this machine is supposed to do, the same as everybody else. The only people who seem to understand what this thing does is Walternate, because our Walter didn't know and couldn't even give an answer as to what was going to happen if Peter tried to go into the machine to turn it off. But what actually happened wasn't what I was expecting either. I don't know what they're going to do. So he has used Peter's son's DNA to be able to switch the machine on his side. And from his understanding and my understanding of that is so that the machine can start to help repair their world, but at the cost of our world, because he's obviously aware of the information we've just been given light to in this episode, that it is quantum entangled just like the typewriter is, so it has a sympathetic response over here. So he knew it would turn the machine on over here, and then they are supposedly supposed to be having opposite effects. Now the question is, are they or aren't they? Because his Brandon said we're not seeing any change to our world at all since we switched it on, but we are seeing changes on our side because there was nothing wrong on our side. Now there is. And Peter's theory of, well, maybe that drawing depicts me switching it off rather than on, clearly wasn't right, which is the way I was thinking. I'm trying to work out what he's supposed to do in the machine then, because the drawing clearly shows him in the machine, and when he tried to go near it, as they said, it kind of protected itself and threw him across the room. So him interfering with what's currently going on, it isn't allowing. But Faux Olivia has just tried to get over to our side. I know it failed, but she was saying to Lincoln that maybe Peter can help it repair both worlds. I don't see how that happens either. Or am I not meant to? Yeah, I don't know. It was a fabulous episode. Intense all the way through, because for the first time, actual events that are starting to take place on our side is a true essence and meaning of the breakdown of our world, not something else, which is what it's been so far. We are now on this side starting to experience what they experienced from when Walter first opened the first crossing back in 1985. So like I said, you know, they have all these procedures in place with Amber and early warning systems and everything, and Nina has just basically told our Olivia, we can possibly stop maybe 8-10 events, and then after that we're stuffed. We don't have the resources and the ability and the materials to continue to be able to plug any holes or wormholes or vortexes or whatever you want to call them on this side if it gets any worse. It's just shown there now, it starts to break down our atmosphere. It's already had numerous knock-on events so far. So Peter's now unconscious in hospital. Hardly surprising, because that thing did not throw him. I mean, how many I don't know, tens of thousands of volts just went through him there. He should be dead, but he's not. So I don't know what we do now, where we go from here now. The only person I think at the moment that can help is this Sam Weiss, because he seems to understand and know more than anybody else. But why? Who is this guy? Where's he from? How does he know this stuff? We've had not a single piece of information as to how he knows all this and how he wrote all of these books about the first people. Is this guy an alien or something? I don't know. So he knew William Bell, and William Bell obviously knew he was brilliant. You could see with those calculations he was working out there, he knew it was coming at the start of this episode before it actually happened. So he has important information about the machine, I think, that none of us on this side know. And he's just met up with Olivia now and said, right, now it's time for you to trust me. I need your help. We need to do something. And I'm presuming that is what the next episode is going to be about, because at the moment, no one else can do anything. Walternate's switched the machine on and he's leaving it at that, and has now put their Olivia behind bars. Or Peter's unconscious, or Walter doesn't know what to do. So the only person that leaves is Sam Weiss. This is a weird scenario here that, as Walter said, he's like the other Walternate. He's kind of won here because I don't know what to do. I don't know how to stop it. And the only thing I could think of was what they thought of with Peter, and it didn't work. Damn. Right, I suppose we better leave it there, and for it to give us more, because I think there's 2 episodes left of this season. It's kind of like a 2-part thing, so I'm presuming it's all going to happen in the next couple of episodes. So that was episode 20, guys. We'll be back with episode 21 in a few days. I cannot wait, because I want to know what the hell's going on and how either world is going to come out of this unscathed, if at all they do. I don't know. And I have a feeling, I don't know why, I have a feeling the observers are entwined in this somewhere, because after all, it was them who kind of set everything off in motion when he helped save Walter and Peter that day. He's already admitted it was a mistake, and he couldn't have foreseen the actual outcome, and of trying to be preparing Walter for this very day. So I don't know, we'll have to see. Right, put your comments down below, guys. Let me know what you think. Please don't give away any spoilers, because we are close to the end of the season, and I will see you for the next episode very soon. Till then, please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to turn your subscriptions on and notifications, and that way you know when the next one's available. Right, I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you for the next one in a few days. Take care.